Our last example for section 3 of chapter 1, and this whole section, this section 3 is a mirror image of section 2. In section 2 we dealt with segments, and in section 3 we're doing angles, and they are definitely coinciding. All right, now let's look at the top of our notes here. An angle bisector. Right there, we know what we're talking about. An angle bisector, we know it's something that splits the angle into two equal pieces, or two congruent angles. So as you can see from your picture, you've got ray JK, and it's bisecting that big angle LJM. And so what that means is LJK is equal in length or angle size to KJM, which is really neat. I'm not going to be able to do this construction with you. Do not have the tools to show it to you on the video. We'll definitely practice this in class. If you would like to try on your own, you just need a compass and a straight edge. And if you want to try following the directions on your own, go right ahead. We will be doing this in class. Okay, let's get to example 4. This is easy. I'm going to do example 4, and I'm going to leave the check it outs for you guys. So I think you're going to find this to be quite simplistic. All right, so let's take a look. Finding the measure of an angle BD, ray BD bisects angle ABC. So right away, we know that we have two congruent angles. We know that ABD and DBC are going to be equal to each other. We already can tell that. We can actually go ahead and draw our arcs here to show that those two angles are equal. So when we set this up and we go, well, the measure of angle ABD is congruent to the measure of angle CBD, okay? And then we can plug in what we know. We know that the measure of ABD is 6x plus 3, and we know the measure of DBC or CBD is 8x minus 7. And so they want us to find ABD, one of the smaller angles on the inside. So we don't have to find all three angles, which is, I think we had to do that for the last segment in example 4 in the last section. I think that's what we had to do. All right, so let's get our x's together. Okay, and we'll subtract that from each side, and we've got 2x minus 7. Let's add 7 to each side, and we've got 10 equals 2x. Divide each side by 2, and we have x is equal to 5. That's not what they're asking us to find, but we need that to help us find what we are looking for. So to find ABD, we know that ABD is 6x plus 3. Now that we know x, we can insert that and then use order of operations to find the angle measure. And so the angle measure in question is going to end up being 33 degrees. Okay? So these are pretty easy. I'm just going to give you some plus ones here, one for each of the check it outs. Show your work, set up the equation, solve for me. Don't just slap an answer down. I have a hard time with that, okay? So I appreciate your hard work. We'll check it tomorrow.